Due to its high quality and affordability, Indian products are well liked in the foreign markets. The quality and prices of these products are closely tied to the machinery and equipment used in their production. However, the increasing costs of the machinery, fuel, oil and electricity are not only affecting the prices of these products but also their quality. To address this issue, the Indian government introduced the EPCG scheme, which permits duty-free import of machinery. This initiative aims to reduce costs and modernize the machinery used by Indian manufacturers, thereby enhancing the quality of the manufactured product. My name is Akash and I represent my company AB International, India's leading DGFT and customs consultants. In this video, we would be simplifying the complex concept of EPCG scheme, its procedure, its documentation, and post EPCG compliance. Firstly, let's understand what exactly is EPCG scheme. The EPCG, that is Export Promotion Capital Goods Scheme, is an initiative introduced by the Government of India to facilitate the import of capital goods, including machinery, equipment, and components, without paying custom duty and IGST. The primary objective of the scheme is to encourage the Indian manufacturers sector to upgrade their technology and improve their competitiveness in the global market. And yes, the imports under EPCG scheme shall be subjected to an export obligation, which is equivalent to 6 times of the duties, taxes and cess saved on the capital goods, to be fulfilled in 6 years reckoned from the date of issue of authorization. Additionally, an average export obligation, that is AEO, is to be maintained. That is, the exporter should maintain the same level of export performance in each financial year which was maintained in the preceding 3 financial years before the EPCG license was issued. Now, who are eligible to claim the benefits of EPCG scheme? The scheme covers manufacturer exporters with or without supporting manufacturers, merchant exporters tied to a supporting manufacturers, and also service providers. What is the export obligation that comes with the EPCG license? There are basically 2 export obligations attached with the benefits of EPCG scheme. One being exporting goods having an FOB value equivalent to 6 times of duties, taxes and cess saved on the capital goods to be fulfilled in 6 years from the date of issue of EPCG license. And the next being maintenance of average export obligation. That is, the exporter has to maintain the same level of export performance in each financial year which was maintained in the preceding 3 financial years before the EPCG license was issued. Such average would be the arithmetic mean of export performance in the preceding 3 years for same and similar products. Apart from these, there are a few important points to be noted. EPCG scheme can also be used for indigenous sourcing of capital goods by using the invalidation feature of the same. In this case, the export obligation will be 25% lesser. However, there will be no reductions or concessions in the average export obligation. Next is that the exports under advance authorization, DFI, duty drawback, ROACTL and RODTEB schemes would also be eligible for fulfillment of EO under EPCG scheme. Export obligation can also be fulfilled through deemed exports. Export proceeds received in Indian rupees will also be counted towards the fulfillment of export obligation. And in case an exporter still fails to fulfill his export obligation within the stipulated time of 6 years, he can extend the export obligation period further by 2 years. There are a few questions that may pop up in your mind, such as what if I still fail to fulfill the export obligation? What if I'm not confident enough that I'll fulfill the export obligation? Is this scheme even suitable for me? Just understand that if the export obligation is not fulfilled, then an exporter has to pay the corresponding duty against the unfulfilled export obligation along with 15% interest per annum. Therefore, if the exporter is not confident enough that he may or may not be able to fulfill the export obligation, then he may apply for post-export EPCG scheme. Under post-export EPCG scheme, the duty is to be paid at the import of machinery. After fulfillment of export obligation, the same duties are refunded. This can save upon the interest component and make it less risky for the exporter. What are the documents required for obtaining EPCG license? The main documents required are import item description with quantity, chartered engineer certificate of the machinery to be imported, details about the total duty structure of the imported machinery, catalogue of the imported machinery, installation address of the imported machinery, and finally some KYC documents like IEC, valid registration cum membership certificate, that is RCMC, GST registration certificate, and more. What is the procedure for obtaining EPCG license? Step 1. Producing all the documents and submitting an application in Form 5A with the DGFT Regional Authority. Step 2. After obtaining EPCG license, register the same at the customs port where the capital goods will be imported. A bond or a bank guarantee will be required to be executed at this stage. Step 3. Import the capital goods, machinery and install the same at the declared premises. An installation certificate has to be issued and submitted with the DGFT Regional Authority at this stage within 6 months from the date of import of machinery. Step 4. Export products and complete the export obligation within 6 years from the license issue date. Also note that the average export obligation is to be maintained each year. Step 5. After completing the export obligation within the timeline, proceed for redemption of the license by submitting all the required documents, including bill of entries against imports, shipping bills against export, proof of payment received, etc. Step 7. After obtaining redemption from the DGFT, go for bank cancellation or bank guarantee release from the customs where the bond or bank guarantee was executed at step 3. How can we help you? We are AV International and we take pride as being one of the oldest and leading DGFT consultants in India. We offer end-to-end EPCG license consulting services. That is, we can help you right from taking an informed decision whether the EPCG scheme is for you by studying your predicted export performance and how will it fulfill the export obligation. In addition to that, we help you with documentation, application, maintaining regular follow-ups with DGFT office, obtaining EPCG license, its redemption, and bond cancellation at customs. We are working with more than 300 manufacturer exporters for obtaining their EPCG licenses and closure of the same. To know more about our company, please visit our website www.avigroup.in. If you find our content useful, then do like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you and happy exporting.